680 ring. Right now I only have the 640, but I am currently working on that. So, basically, Imperator Margok is quite long, the encounter, and he has 4 phases of battle, and it is quite complex. Imperator Margok begins with a certain set of abilities, and as he falls below various health thresholds, he will empower these abilities with additional effects by activating runestones around the room. Between the second and third phase, and the third and fourth phase, we have an intermission where we have to deal with a variety of different mobs, while Margok is immune to damage. So, I started the footage kinda late in the game, only whenever I got to the Imperator himself. I didn't record the rest of the raid. Next time I'll be sure to do that. But as shown here, in phase 1, Margok uses 4 main abilities, almost always in a certain order throughout the entire fight. He uses Arcane Wrath, which places a branded debuff on random people. I got it quite a few times in the video. There are Arcane Apparitions, which he summons that pulse light AoE damage to nearby players. He uses Mark of Chaos, which is applied to the tank and requires a tank swap, which basically means the other guy goes in and he finishes everything off for the other tank. The tank who gets the Mark of Chaos has to run far from the raid, because a detonation occurs when Mark of Chaos expires as a 35-yard range. And deals fatal damage to any player within the area of effect, which is AoE. He uses Force Nova, which emanates from Imperator Margok, and deals moderate to heavy damage to players as it passes through their position. This was my first time through the raid, so as you can see in the video, I tried to actually jump over the Force Nova, which I don't think it helped, so I'm gonna wait and see what the actual strategy is for that. So that's basically it for that, and when Margok gets down to 90% health, he becomes empowered with another ability which causes all of the abilities to affect the player's movement in some random way. So, as you'll be able to see in the video. So basically, that's pretty much it. Everything else, everything is pretty much upgraded to displacement, by the power of displacement, obviously. So nothing really changes except everything just grows, like double size or basically stuff like that. And then there's an intermission at 55% health on Margok, where, as I said before, he becomes immune to damage and begins to draw power from a second runestone. At that point, as you see in the video, the Gorian war mages start spawning to the left and right, and we basically have to get those guys down as soon as possible. And there's even, in the third phase, there is a Reaper, and the Reapers, they do basically puts on a force of fortification. I do believe, or power of fortification, my mistake. Which, it just increases everything, as before. A couple of things to note for the third phase is the arcane apparitions are immune to stuns and crowd control effects, and they have very high health pools, so those are top priority throughout the raid. I apologize. So, basically, as a Retribution Paladin, I am the damage dealer. So, my basic responsibilities are killing the arcane apparitions as quickly as possible. That is guaranteed. As quickly as possible. We have to avoid standing in, passing through, or being knocked back into the destructive resonance. If we are afflicted by the branded ability that Margog uses, we have to check the number of stacks on our debuffs and run away from the raid if it is 5 or higher, which I do believe I did not do. So, we also have to use a damage reduction cooldown if affected by any form of branded, which I also did not do. During intermissions, we should focus on killing the Gorian War Mages, and ranged DPS should focus on volatile anomalies and the Gorian Reaver. But once everything is taken care of, we go for the Reaver. And we have to interrupt the War Mages whenever possible. And basically stay out of the path of Orbs of Chaos, which I think I did, but I'm not quite sure. So, that's about it. As you can see, I got a new necklace for my guy, and I also received a great sword in the raid before this one, so